Well, I bought me some carrots, I just haven't filled any kettle them up yet, so. No idea, but waiting for someone to take care of them.
All right, so welcome. Thank you for coming. We appreciate it. And like I say, it's 1 hour. We'll be done. A couple of things. I am recording the class. Don't let that bother you because it really bothers me. But we'll put it on YouTube for those that can't be here, and then they can earn half their points. So on your scorecard, there's a place to put 6 points for attending the class. So make sure you give yourself credit for that, because that's a big amount of points. Just kind of to overview the program. The Healthy Habits program was designed just to help you improve your overall daily habits. It's not something that we want you to do for 6 weeks and I'm going to lose a few pounds or I'm going to make some changes and then we can go back. It's something that we want you to learn to live with. So that's really the reason that's the way it was designed. The focus is the health assessments, which you guys have already had. And in your email, I gave you a little bit more information that you can kind of go back and look at those to see where you are. One of the cautions with the health assessments, I don't want you to look at it and say, oh, look, I'm in this spot, and get all discouraged. I just want you to look at it and say, this is where I'm at, and now we're going to make progress from there. So don't be discouraged. Just keep in mind we're trying to make improvements and progress. We have over 50 people in the program, and we have 9 teams. That's the most teams we've ever had. I only have a few that aren't on teams. You want to hear all their great names? The Fatty Patties, and they're a return team. The Rumper Thumpers, the Wilmas Challenged, Air Pressure, and that's EYRE, the Los Locos, the Flabulous 4, which I love, the Sugar Mamas, the We Unfit, and then there's a Kirksick team, and they don't quite have their name yet. So it'll be fun to have teams, and the program's designed to work on a team so you're competing against someone else to give you incentive, and also that you're with a team and you have that support and that cooperation. And so this is like your support group now to keep you motivated and help you out. One thing I really like to stress at the beginning of this program is it's not a weight loss program, and I know a lot of you would like to lose weight, and that's okay, but it's really not designed as a weight loss program. That being said, in the past, most people that do these habits have lost weight. Those of you that have been in it, is that a true statement? There is some weight loss that comes with it, just because of the habits that you're changing. But it really wasn't designed for that. Keep in mind that you're looking more at your health and wellness rather than just those numbers on the scale. Those numbers on the scale are easy to look at and to say, oh, I've gotten better or I've improved. But it's all the other little stuff that really makes the big difference. Some things you need to know and remember. Try to record your points every day. Don't wait until the end of the week and say, okay, let's see, on Monday I did this, and on Tuesday I did. It's just more mindful if you do it every day. Plus it's more accurate. Check your email every Monday. And I was gone, and it was a holiday, and I was late even on Tuesday, and so that's my fault for this week. And so I'm not counting anyone's email late this week at all. This is kind of a grace period. This is our practice session. But from now on, you have to put your score in on Monday to be eligible to receive your $5 rebate at the end of the 6 weeks. So if you want your money back, that's more incentive, right? So check it Monday morning. Is there anybody here that hasn't gotten their email? Except for she doesn't know yet because she didn't check. If you haven't, call me or email me. Report your weekly total score. So in that email, there's a little link, and all you have to do is click on it and then sign in. And for the next time, you won't have to type in your team name. I will have a little box, and you'll just check it with the team name. That makes it a little bit easier. And then as a team or an individual, you'll be eligible for prizes at the end of the 6 weeks. There were 13 people out of the, I think there's 56 people. 13 13 that I have their scores right now who earned their total 24 points for the week. I'm going to tell you who they are. Marilee, JC, Kelly, Gina, Karen, Mary Jo, Deanne, Laurie, Mark, Pam, Kendra, Raylyn, and Leslie. Nice job. Give yourself a hand. That's pretty impressive to get all their points for that first week. The team that's ahead right now is the Fatty Patties.
Yes.
Yeah, and they're very happy about it. They're very competitive, by the way. So that's just a little bit of an overview. What questions do you guys have more about the program?
Not there though.
Starting to feel okay, comfortable with what you're doing and understand how it works?
Right now it's easy. We want to see what's coming up.
Right.
Are you worried?
No,
Nope.
not worried.
So that's kind of a little introduction, just to kind of help you feel more comfortable in knowing how the program works. So we've gotten through 1 week. We have 5 more left of these habits. I had a lot of people tell me that they've improved on their exercise. There's only a few that are struggling with the phone thing.
Yeah, that's me. That's where my points got done.
Do you forget? Do you
No,
try?
I just absolutely have to answer my phone.
Yeah. So it's
It's always something like ambulance related or the hospital's calling me.
right. So everybody's going to have a little bit different challenge. Are any of you having trouble with the water?
No.
The water's tough.
I'm tired of going to the bathroom, but it's
I
all
know,
good with the
but-
water.
Not now.
It's not tough, but you just didn't know really what 64 ounces was.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was like a gallon. And I was doing 128.
Nice.
Oh no, I was cussing. I was like, Kelly, how you breathing? I'm just sick. I'm dying.
If you are not used to the 64 ounces, it's tough at first. And once you get used to it, then your body will adjust and it won't be as bad. But it takes a while.
So I put my points in the day and I put them in wrong, because I didn't get last Monday's email about not logging your food. And so I
Okay.
need myself more, and I only have 22. I don't know if I can tell you that here.
All right. Okay, I'll try and remember.
Okay.
I'll notice that you have more than you're supposed to. When I go back through, I'll look at it. Yeah, that tracking food, it's kind of changed.
What's the tracking of the food? You better
We're gonna
explain
talk
it.
about that
Okay,
tonight.
because
That's why we put it off, is because I wanted a chance to explain it a little bit better. So basically what we're gonna do tonight, Kaylee, and she's our Food Sense Nutrition Education Assistant. She works for USU. And she's almost done. Aren't you so excited? She'll be through in May after this semester with her bachelor's degree in dietetics, right? So she's got a great background. She's gonna talk to us a little bit about water tonight. And then Sarah, she works with me in the community wellness coaching program that's just new and we're just trying to get off the ground. And she's going to talk a little bit about tracking food, and then I'm going to show you a place where you can actually track food online if you want to do it that way. So that's kind of what we're going to be doing the rest of the time. So I'm going to let Kaylee go ahead and start. Oh, wait, before she starts. This right here is an informed consent. What we're doing with this is I'm keeping track of have you made improvements basically as a research project, and so I have to have your permission to use your data. Your name will not be associated with any of the data that's reported, and your names will never be used in any of that. But this is kind of a disclaimer, and I need you to sign down here at the bottom. You're welcome to take one of these. It says here in the back, you have been given 2 copies of this informed consent. Please sign both copies and keep 1 copy for your files. So if you want to take one, you're welcome to do that. But that's all it is just saying that I can use the data that I collect. So before you go, we'll have you sign this. Okay?
So I have lots of papers to pass out. So I'm just going to give each of you. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a little test.
do they need pencils?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're making you work down.
Sorry. Should I use these sets? No. Sorry, I'm just going to pass. Sorry, just stack the extras at the end.
Sorry.
You're good there.
You should need an extra one.
Yeah.
Here's the extras.
Okay, perfect.
You're supposed to want to know what they're.
3-page test? No, it's not a 3-page test. I'll tell you what we do.
Whatever.
So make sure you get a little half sheet and then one that says think what you drink. And then there should be a 2-page handout too.
We need 2 more of that one.
2 more of that one.
Oh, I got a couple back here.
Oh,
So how many papers should we have in total?
3 papers in total.
My coat statement about 5. I told
Yeah.
you, I said.
So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna do this little thing that says how many calories does it have, and it's just like a little kid's matching game. So you just take like 12-ounce Pepsi, and I just want you to guess how many calories they have. So just take a minute to do that before we start. So let's take a guess, and we'll go through the right answers here in a minute.
Winners get an extra helping of celery.
I'm gonna lose on purpose.
That sounds, I love it.
It does. Oh, 40 ounces.
Wait a second
Okay,
before you go on to the next one.
that's fine.
All right, is everyone almost done with the first one?
No.
No? Okay, we'll give you a minute more.
But it's in my brain and it tells me I'm trading.
I imagine we're gonna learn here. There's a girl out there that will be ready to be like it.
All right, so we're gonna go through these and see how well you guys did. So the 12-ounce Pepsi, how many calories do you guys think that has?
122.
256, 150.
It's 150.
Aw.
Yep.
That's not what Karen says.
160.
I got these off of a track, like an app that you track your food off. So they might be a little bit different. Some.
62, I'm wrong.
So what about the 20-ounce Dr. Pepper?
160.
More than that.
250. Yep. What about the 32-ounce Coke?
420.
No, that one is 364. And then the 40-ounce Diet Coke.
70 calories.
No,
Really?
that was
Really? Yes.
420.
Really? Diet Coke?
Diet Coke?
That's what it said.
We don't have one.
It's 40 ounces though.
That's a lot.
That's a
Yeah.
pretty
That's a
good.
lot of Coke.
Yeah, that's a lot of Coke. 64 ounces of Coke.
744.
Yep, it's the 744.
I got one right.
The 12 ounces of Gatorade.
150.
420?
I say
No.
160.
It's the 117. What about 8 ounces of Kool-Aid?
420?
That's fine.
244.
It's a lot.
This one's only 70.
What?
Yeah, that one kind of surprised me on the thing that it said that.
Just very.
Orange juice. What do you guys think?
122?
Close.
170.
It's 112. What about the 8 ounce 2% milk?
That's only like 110 or something, because I've been really watching that.
It's the 122, so
Yeah.
pretty close to what you have on there. What about the 8 ounce chocolate milk?
That's higher.
250.
That
But
one.
it's 1%.
Yep, it's 1% chocolate milk though.
So it's not 250?
It's the 160. And then the apple juice.
It's 250.
It is the 120.
Really?
Yep. So
I suck.
the whole point of that was just to kind of like make you aware. Like sometimes like you think that things might not have very many calories when they actually do. So it's always good to like check your calories. And then there's some on this sheet that like have nutrients in them, which would be fine if you wanted to drink those to get the calories from that, because they also have extra added nutrients into them, like the orange juice or the chocolate milk has the calcium and the things like that. But what about the pop? What kind of nutrients does it have?
None. Bad for you
None.
every way.
Yes, it has no nutrients or no health benefits to our body. And so I have the next little worksheet is the think what you drink. And this comes in part of my curriculum for the elementary kids that I teach. And so it's just like really simple math. But I think that once you do it, it really, if you are a pop drinker, it really opens your eyes to how much sugar you consume when you do drink pop each week. So I want you guys just to take a minute to fill this out. So you start out just, if you don't drink pop, maybe you could just say you have like one a week, maybe. Yeah, that's fine. Not everyone's gonna drink pop, but so just remember it's a 12-ounce can. So if you get a big old pop every day, remember how many ounces that is.
And this includes diet?
Diet doesn't really have that much sugar in it,
So,
so it probably wouldn't include the diet. But you could see if it was a non-diet, just how much it would be. If you want, it's just what you want. It's just kind of to open your eyes. I have the kids do this, and some of them are like, "Oh my heck, I drink this much." So. Yeah, pull out your calculators too.
That's what I actually, before we started this, would have said a lot.
Well, that's disgusting. He does 2 per day. He does 2 for the week.
I don't drink any, so.
Oh, I should give this to Devin. Yes, too. Devin drinks that. I bet he drinks his size. 15.7.
Not quite.
I'm just doing one, just like freezes and they don't. We already got it? Somebody turned it. So what is it? 3 pounds of sugar.
All right, is everyone done with that? Okay, was anyone surprised? If you drink pop, were you surprised at the pounds of sugar you can consume in 1 year? Yeah? I think it's really surprising. When I did 3, just to like see what you would get. And it's like 25 pounds of sugar in 1 year just from drinking pop. That's not even including like any other types of sweets or cookies or anything else that we eat. And so I think that when a lot of the times we don't realize how much sugar we do consume when we do have pops and other sugary beverages. So my whole point today is to have you guys just really think about what you're drinking. Because like this first paper that we did, I don't think it's bad to drink chocolate milk, even though it does have a few calories, because it does provide you with nutrients that you do need in your body. So I have some little facts about artificial sweeteners. So sugary sweet sodas may cause your brain to crave other sweets. What do you guys think about that? Do you think it's true? Yes, it's so true. Once you start drinking it, your body kind of gets used to having all that sugar, so it needs it more. So sugary drinks contain little to no nutrients. They pretty much contain calories. And when you consume these extra calories each day in your life, that's what contributes to the weight gain. So those who drink soda are correlated with higher obesity rates. So that's a really big thing. I have this little study from one of my books, and it says sugar-sweetened beverages are targeted as numerous studies show them to be the largest contributor of energy the United States intake, and which has increased significantly since the 1970s. Likewise, the prevalence of obesity has also increased since the 1970s. So they're very strongly correlated. And, sorry, I have all these papers. Also, serving size has gone up too. So a lot of the times, like back in the old days, they would get this little pop, and that's like what was normal for them. But today, this was only in 1990s. I just pulled this off the internet, and it's continued to increase. I don't even know how large pops go now. They're getting very large. So you guys can come up and look at that later if you want. Weight gain and belly fat can increase if you drink pop because of the extra calories that you're consuming. And so I just really want you guys to think about what you're drinking. So on the back of this other handout, on this side, I just put this little thing, and it says, stop, think, and drink. So I just want you guys, before you take a drink of anything, to stop and think about, is it going to quench your thirst, build your bones, or help fuel your body? And then, if it is going to do those things, you're okay to drink it, so go ahead and drink it. But if not, I want you to think about if you really want to put that in your body. And then, I also put the 5 C's of sugary drinks, just things that sugary drinks give you. So calories, they contribute to calcium loss mainly because you aren't drinking the things that you should be drinking, like milk. They're full of sugar, and they don't have any vitamins and minerals. They're full of caffeine a lot of the times, and they can cause cavities. So what benefits can come from drinking sugary drinks? Can you guys think of any? Other than they taste good. We like them, right? So there's lots of different things. So we're going to talk a little bit about water for a second. So how much water should you be drinking?
Your body weight divided by
They're times by 2.
That's a really specific amount. We're gonna do something more general. So the new recommendation for women is 9 cups of water a day. They've increased it. And this is just if you're sedentary. And so I know you guys with your challenge, you've been exercising each day. So you should be drinking your 9 cups of water. And I know it's a little bit more than what's on your challenge. But then if you're exercising, you need to be even replenishing your body for the water that you lost. And also, if you're overweight, you should be drinking even a little bit more water. Just like you were saying, like, there's a specific calculation, but you can get. But what are other times that we need to be drinking more water? Do you guys know of any?
When you're sick,
When you're sick?
especially if you have like phlegm,
Yep.
a cold,
Yeah.
it helps, thin all that off.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly. What other times do we need to be drinking more water?
When it's hot out.
When it's hot out? What about when it's cold out? People don't think about that very often. A lot of the times people get more dehydrated when it's cold out, because when it's cold, you don't really feel like you need to drink very often. But being in the cold, you really do need to drink more water. And at higher elevations too, you need to drink more water. So we live in a pretty high elevation, which again increases our water intake that we should be getting. So some other health benefits of water: it helps with weight maintenance, and I'm just gonna read this little paragraph for you guys. Learn to satisfy thirst with water. It helps with the weight maintenance in several ways. For one, foods with higher content increase fullness, reduce hunger, and consequently reduce energy intake. For another, drinking a large glass of water before a meal can ease hunger, fill the stomach, and reduce energy intake. Consuming large portions of calorie-containing beverage is increased energy intake. Simply replacing nutrient-poor, energy-dense beverages with water could save a person up to 15 pounds a year. So I thought that was kind of significant, just thinking about, like, if you just get the amount of water that you should be drinking and you're not drinking the pop and things like that, you can, like, save yourself over the years, like, up to 15 pounds a year. That's quite a bit of weight to put on in 1 year, and just if you keep doing it over the years and years, it just can accumulate. So, and then water helps suppress your appetite naturally, just like I just read in that paragraph. It helps with the body metabolism, restores fat. It carries nutrients to the body. It dissolves minerals and other nutrients. And it cleanses the tissues of blood and wasters. Actively participates in chemical reactions. Acts as a lubricant around the joints. Protects organs and tissues. Regulates your body temperature. And carries nutrients and oxygen to the cells through the blood. So that was just a long list of things that water does for you. But there's so many other things that it can be helpful with in your life. So what I wanted to talk for just a minute about is just tips that you guys have found yourself, ways that is helpful to drink more water. Do you guys have any tips that you could share with everyone else?
It does mess up with your pop drinking, because I noticed that I can barely, I'm down to like this little baby Diet Coke, and I was drinking probably 2 or 3. And because I make myself drink the water, I'm not thirsty enough to drink the pop. So it's just my desk until it gets warm again.
That's a great one. So maybe like if you're having a hard time like drinking your water and you do drink pop, maybe make sure set a goal to drink your water before you can even have your pop. So that's a great one. Thank you. Do you guys have any other?
drop-ins that you can buy?
What was that?
The flavored drop-ins.
Flavored drops? Yeah, that's perfect. I like to put like lemons or limes in my water a lot, just to kind of mix it up so I'm not always just drinking plain water.
Cucumber water is really good.
Cucumbers, yes.
The thing that helps me get more water drink is I got a bigger straw.
A bigger straw?
Yeah.
That actually really helps.
The volume.
Like studies have proven that really helps. Yes. Anything else you guys can think of?
Exercise because you're thirsty as heck when you're done.
And you do need to replace your water after that, huh? I just think that you should make it convenient. Like, I've seen some of you when you came in here carrying water bottles with you. Was anybody? Or did you just all grab them off there?
Oh, I brought one.
You were, I thought I've seen a few, but. So make it convenient, like carry it around with you wherever you go, so that when you are thirsty, you can take a drink. If you're out on the road, it's easier to like stop and get a pop, but if you already have your water with you, you just take a drink and you're fine. You can make sure that you drink, like every time you see a water fountain, just stop and take a little drink, so that just like little things like that you can do to make sure to start increasing your water intake. So do you guys have any questions or other comments? No? Okay. So what I really just wanted to get out today is I just really want you guys to think about what you're drinking, just to make sure what you're putting in your body is something that's going to provide nutrients and help your body. Because things like pop, they don't do anything to help us. So it's just really important to just stop and, stop, think, and then drink. So just remember that. Thanks. Sarah will go now.
Okay, so I'm just going to talk about tracking your food a little bit. So do any of you track your food already? Or have you ever? Or I know a few of you are doing Tonergy, right? Do you track your food through Tonergy?
Not yet.
Oh, not yet? Really?
Did they have a
Okay.
For
I
slackers?
did Tonergy for a long time when it was in Hebron, and that was one of the first things we learned. So, okay. Well, tracking your food, just like anything else, you track your exercise. You know you want to do, so much a day or so much a week, then you kind of got to track it, right? So you know what you're doing. Well, and just with anything, you're going to do better if you're tracking it. So, like if you want to feel happier, then what do? You write down your positive thoughts, right? Okay, so kind of the same thing with tracking food. Researchers call this self-monitoring, the process of tracking and analyzing your thoughts and actions to become more aware of how they impact your goals. So I think it's really easy to just eat and not think about it too much. But if we're actually writing it down, then you're more conscious of what you're eating and how much and how often and everything. So I think it's important to write down the time you ate plus what you ate. And then throughout the day, you kind of go back and look and think, oh my gosh, I ate that much, or whatever, or I ate how many cookies? When you think you only ate 2, you really ate 10. I mean, it makes you start to think. Well, every time you put something in your mouth, it makes you start to think. So here are some 9 reasons of why tracking eating and exercising that will help you lose weight. Okay, so number 1 is you'll eat less. When we record what we eat and how much, is kind of what I talked about, is we usually eat less. Once you get past that first week or whatever, and then your mind will start to kick in and think, oh wait, I have to write down what I eat, so do I really want to eat this? Because you don't want to write it down, right? Okay, also, the simple act of recording your food intake or your body weight or exercise level or whatever it is you're tracking it's more important to actually do it than how precise you are or what method you use. So it's not going to matter if you're writing it in a journal with a pen and paper or on an app or whatever. It's just getting the mental part in. So whichever way you do it is the good way. People who lose the most weight in short term and long term are also the people that are most diligent in tracking. Okay, number 2, you'll exercise more. When you are tracking your food or exercise, you're thinking about it more. So you're going to make the habit of wanting to exercise more. And then also, hopefully, you'll form the habit which will make it more enjoyable for you, so you'll want to exercise more. Often we will exercise more if we have a pedometer or something like that. You're thinking about it and want to see the numbers go up on your steps and stuff, so you'll exercise more. So that's important. Number 3, you'll get immediate gratification. Okay, so maybe not right at first, but once you get past that and then you start thinking about it, you're gonna feel better because you're gonna start eating better because you don't want to write down your bad food, and then, which will give you the gratification faster because you're gonna see results quicker, okay? Number 4, your weight loss goals become easier to achieve. So there's just a little example. It says, let's say you need to lose 50 pounds in 1 year. You'll have to eat approximately 175,000 calories less in 12 months. Okay, that's hard to look at in such a big range. As a dieter, that might look like an extreme or an almost impossible goal, right? However, when you self-track, this will help you make this goal seem far more manageable. So here's another example, using the same example above, but a smaller goal. It says you could set a smaller goal of eating at least 500 calories less per day versus the 175,000 a year, or exercising enough to create a 500